Today is the 4th of July, 2026, Independence Day, the 250th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence.
When in the course of human events it becomes necessary for one people to dissolve the political bands which have held them connected with another, and to assume among the powers of the earth the separate and equal station to which the laws of nature and of nature's God entitle them. A decent respect to the opinions of mankind requires that they should declare the causes which impel them to the separation.
I got out here this morning because I had a few words I wanted to say on the occasion. I'm going to be real with you. I got some mixed feelings, to say the least, about this nation of ours.
We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed. That whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or abolish it, and to institute a new government, laying its foundation on such principles and organizing its powers in such form as to them shall seem most likely to affect their safety and happiness.
250 years after a soaring rhetorical document was published outlining the principles of a new way of men governing themselves, I would say that what we have wrought is so far from those ideals. The words that came to mind were, we should be ashamed of ourselves. If the Declaration of Independence is not just our political heritage, but our intellectual and inspirational heritage, then what are we doing? How are we okay with this?
Prudence indeed will dictate that governments long established should not be changed for light and transient causes. And accordingly, all experience hath shown that mankind are more disposed to suffer while evils are sufferable, than to right themselves by abolishing the forms to which they are accustomed.
I'm so angry, and I get lost in that sometimes. As we acquiesce collectively to madness, we're better than this, and in our hearts we know it. Here's the thing about better. If you can convince people that there's a path to better, and you can kind of show them right away by it immediately being better, then at least a few of them will choose better.
But when a long train of abuses and usurpations, pursuing invariably the same object, evinces a design to reduce them under absolute despotism, it is their right, it is their duty to throw off such government and to provide new guards for their future security.
So, I want to talk a little bit about a path towards better. What if we start there?
There's a better way. A better way might start with actually living out the principles of the Declaration within yourself. It says, I have the unalienable right to liberty and the pursuit of happiness, that no one can take these away from me, no matter what. And yet we have a system that benefits the few at the expense of the many. The Declaration says that governments are instituted in order to secure these rights, and they derive their just powers from the consent of the governed. I don't consent. So now what?